There are some new cards that we need to talk about from Alliance Insight. Today, Big Dog, Chat and I will be discussing not only Ryzeal, Malice, Ryu-Ge, and other cards in between that are going to change the metagame. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So if you guys didn't know, Ryzeal is already the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's getting more support. And it starts off with Star Ryzeal, okay? I hope that it's not ridiculous. It's already a Goblin Biker monster, okay? So it has, it's searchable through Bonfire. All right. You can special summon this card from your hand by detaching one material from a monster you control. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon except for rank 4 XC monsters. Thank you so much that it has that lock. If this card is special summon, you can set one Ryzeal spell or trap from your deck. Wow, chat, that's actually, I think that's really good for pure Ryzeal. But the problem is pure Ryzeal isn't considered one of the best decks in the game. It's Ryzeal Fiendsmith. It's Ryzeal Mitsurugi, right? Those are the best ones. But I do like how this card puts Ryzeal in the right direction where it's, no, you're an XC deck. And I think that Konami really did miss the mark. We're probably gonna have to make a video about this, but I think that Konami really did miss the mark when they don't put restrictions on cards, right? I think that that's like the worst thing ever. Dual Drive makes Dual Drive better and less of a choke point. Yeah, I agree. I would give this a 6 out of 10 because, well, for Ryzeal in general, it's an 8 out of 10. But as soon as players read, if summoned this way, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for rank 4 monsters, they're gonna lose it. They're gonna be like, oh, this card's trash. So pure Ryzeal better. Every other Ryzeal deck, not as good, especially since they don't play a lot of the spell and trap cards. Next is Ryzeal Mash Driver. Apply the following effect for the rest of the turn, then you can attach this card to a rank 4 XC material you control. Ryzeal monsters gain 1,000 attack. If it's sent to the graveyard from the field, target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Yeah, no, this is a 5 out of 10. It's definitely one of those DD Crow-like effects. You can attach it to Detonator, which gives you another destruction. Oh, if it's into the graveyard, except from the field. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Nah, this card's even worse. Yeah, this card's not good. 5 out of 10. This is anywhere between 6 to 8 out of 10, depending on the direction that Ryzeal goes. Next is Ryu-Ge. Right? I don't know if it's Ryu-Ge or Ryu-Ge, but I'm gonna call it Ryu-Ge. It sounds better that way. This is the new monster. It says Tensei Ryu-Ge Anfa. It is 3,000 attack, 2,100 defense. And Ryu-Ge was the worst archetype in the entire set. Like, it was complete dog water, unplayable. You cannot pendulum summon except for Ryu-Ge's, and this can't be negated. When a card or effect is activated to your opponent, in response to your Ryu-Ge spell or trap card, or activation resolves, you can negate that effect and destroy this card. All right. This monster effect says you can tribute one Ryu-Ge monster from your hand or field, except itself, to special summon this card from your hand. Okay. If it's special summon, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Then if it's destroyed, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell from your deck, graveyard, or banishment to your face-up field. I'm not well-versed in Ryu-Ge, right, as a pure deck, but this doesn't seem like it would help. It would solve the problems that Ryu-Ge has, which is bricks on bricks on bricks. But I can't really be a judge because maybe it's now a pendulum deck that can summon out those bricks, right? I would say that this deck is a terrible engine because of how many bricks you have to play. But if you play it as a deck, in theory, it's not bricks because it's the deck. And now you have a way to pendulum summon them out. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. And the reason why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 is because, first of all, I'm not well-versed in Ryu-Ge, but I do know that a scale 11 for a deck that has a scale 1 can now pendulum summon out very strong monsters, okay? And its effect is not trash. Next is RyuGe Ruin. Your opponent cannot target Ryu-Ge monsters you control with card effects. That's actually a good effect. You can only use the following effect once per turn. Okay. If you have 2 Ryu-Ge pendulum monsters on your field or face-up extra deck, you can shuffle 2 Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, or banishment into the deck to target one monster on the field and destroy it. If this card is destroyed, you can set one non-continuous Ryu-Ge trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. Again, it's really hard to judge this deck because I never played it as a pure deck, but I can only, like, it doesn't, they don't seem good. Like, it doesn't. I was hoping that it said if you had like 2 Ryu-Ge pendulum places, you could just place this card face up from your hand or something like that. But like, 6, I would give this one a 4, while the main monster is still a 6 for me. Voiceless used them well, but Voiceless is also better as its own deck. Like, that's the problem with Ryu-Ge. Like, oh, it's so frustrating. I don't really know what to make of these. I don't think that they're that bad though. Next is Dark Magician Girl, the Apprentice. Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice. God, they did a lot of work on saying that card's name. You can special summon this card by discarding 1 card, and if you do, its name becomes Dark Magician Girl, but only if you special summon her by discarding 1 card. That sucks. If it's normal or special summon, add 1 Shining Sarcophagus from your deck to your hand. I wish it said graveyard too. You can only use this effect of Dark Magician Girl, the Magician Apprentice once per turn. Gains 300 attack for each monster in the graveyard that mentions Shining Sarcophagus. Shining Sarcophagus got another searcher. And this is good enough to make the deck getting very close to scary. We already know it's a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon deck, right? But the right board breakers or hand traps placed inside of this deck, as well as a more consistent engine, means that this deck is a lot stronger, right? I think that its effect that it becomes Dark Magician Girl is a little irrelevant. Maybe, hold on. Okay, so we can fusion summon into the Dark Magicians, but we always could have. We could fusion summon into Dark Magician Dragon Knight. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, target 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it. Not necessarily that good. And that's just another Dark Magician Girl Dragon Knight. But we also get to trigger some other effects, right? We get to get Dark Burning Attack. That's live. We get to use Sage's Stone. That's live. The bond between teacher and student is not live. This card doesn't seem... I mean, it gets another effect, but it's not good. Soul Servant gets a little stronger, right? Dark Magic Inheritance. Secrets of Dark Magic. Ritual Summon by including Dark Magic. I mean, it does... Yeah, it does get stronger. The deck already played it, and it gets a little stronger with Secrets of Dark Magic. You can use Dark Burning Attack, right? You can set 1 Eternal Soul directly from your deck. If this card is normal summon or special summon, target 1 of those monsters. Nope, you can only special summon Dark Magician through Dark Magician Girl with this card, right? And you can technically play Quintet Magician. Technically. So yeah, I think this card is an 8 out of 10 because it does almost exactly what you're needing. I wish that there were more cards that benefited from being discarded in Sarcophagus, but this card's exactly what the deck needs, just more solid support. And I'm really excited for these anime type strategies. But now let's go on to the next trap card, right? I think it's an 8. I think this is like, what more can, obviously probably another boss monster, but considering the other Sarcophagus cards like Summon Skull, yeah, I'd easily take the Dark Magician Girl's Magician Apprentice. Next is Psalms of the Kings, and this card is crazy cool. Like the look of it is crazy. Psalms of the King says if you have no monsters in the graveyard, you can activate this card from your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect, negate that effect. Then if you have a trap card in your graveyard, you can add 1 Dominus card from your deck to your hand. That's crazy. That's crazy, chat. So here's the thing about Psalms of the Kings. Even if your opponent activates a monster effect that moves the monster into a different place, say Stardust Dragon, you can still use Psalms of the King to negate that effect. The card's crazy. If this card is activated from the hand, you cannot activate monster effects in the hand, graveyard, or banishment. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Yo, this is straight up Labyrinth support though, right? Like, no, chat. You can't activate a monster effect in the hand, graveyard, or banishment. That's crazy. That's a pretty huge drawback. I love that they balanced a hand trap. Hand traps need to be balanced. Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters need to have more balance, okay? Lab uses effects in the hand or graveyard. Boss man, you can set it to your side of the field. You could set it to your side of the field. You don't need to use it from your hand. Also, Ariana still activates her effect on the field. Like you're not thinking. You're not thinking. I think that Konami is doing a better job with their hand traps, because not only are the newer hand traps a lot more restrictive, they're being played in a way where this is the last hand trap you use or you basically cooked yourself. Nah, can't even be. There's nothing wrong with hand trapping your opponent with Psalms of the Kings after you impulse them, and then normal summoning Ariana, getting the rest of your play, and then setting up on your opponent's turn. Same thing with like Phantasm Spiral and stuff like that. It's gonna go crazy in Silhouette Rabbit deck, like Eldritch Argo Stars in Odeon, definitely. The next card is Eyes Metalclaw. I love this card. Actually, I'm looking forward to Alliance Insight because of this card. This card says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can send one of your set cards to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. Right? Oh, by the way, the Psalms, I give it a 7.5. It's a good card. I think it's a great card. If this card is normal summon or special summon and you have max Metalmorph on your field and graveyard, add one Metalmorph trap from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then the third effect says you can activate the effect of Metalmorph traps the turn they were set. Well, this card's an 8 out of 10 too. So what I want you guys to understand is that when I'm rating these cards, I'm not rating these cards for like overall competitiveness. Will Dominus or will Psalms of the Kings be in the competitive circuit? Probably. Will Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice be in the circuit? More than likely not, right? For cards like Red Eyes Claw, right? You have to, in my opinion, how these cards are being rated is what type of impact will it bring to the Metalmorph strategy. And this one's a net positive, just an overall positive across the board. I think it's really, really good, right? It's really good for Metalmorph. That's why it gets a 7. Heck, if Metalmorph had more boss monsters, it would be even better, but really, really good. Metalmorph is starting to make its own deck. Malice gets more Gooner cards. This one is Malice P Marchare. Your opponent cannot target Malice link monsters that point to this card with card effects. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can banish one other Malice card from your hand or graveyard. And if you do special summon this card, this is an 8 out of 10. This is exactly what the deck needed. Another Malice monster that just so happens to extend on itself. This means negating the effect of Dormouse, and they have hair in their hand means you're still cooked. It's a quick effect too? Oh Lord, it's a quick effect, chat. Yeah, effect veilers and imperms are almost like not even good anymore against this deck. And hair can banish the trap cards for that 3k boost from the field spell. It actually makes that part a little bit more useful. And then of course, if it's banished, you can pay 300 life points to special summon this card. So yeah, this card is like the bestial that the deck needed. And it's during the main phase. Oh no, chat. Yeah, this card is crazy. So the Malice monsters, they basically, if they're banished, you pay 300 life points to summon them back. Or 900 life points for the Link monsters, and they all have crazy good effects. Yeah, this is an 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 is not even bad. Heck, this could be a 10 out of 10. Actually, it's a 10 out of 10. This is the perfect card. I couldn't think of anything that you would need for Malice that would make like that this card does not fulfill. It gives you an extender, a way to play through hand traps. It gives you a way to play through cards like Ghost Bell. Like it's crazy. Oh, okay, let's bring it back to 8. If this card is banished, pay 300 life points, target one of your Malice monsters, and add it to your hand. I thought it was going to summon itself. Take it back to 8, chat. Take it back to 8. Take it. I was like, this is the perfect card. I was already thinking of a million combos with this card. But keep in mind, one of your if it's a Malice cards, oh my God. Yeah, this card's crazy though. This card's really crazy. Next is, I'm standing in the Malice in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. You guys don't know about that. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, banish one monster from your hand or face-up field. And if you do, negate the targeted monster's effect until the end of the... Oh, that's another 8 out of 10 card. If this card is banished, what the heck? Target one Malice card in your graveyard, banish it, and if you do, add one Malice card with the same type from your deck to your hand. Holy, yo! Wow, 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 wow. This is probably, out of all the cards I think we've ever reviewed, I can't even, it doesn't even say you can only use one effect. It says you can use each effect. Is it only during your opponent's turn? Target one face-up monster your opponent controls and negate the... Wow. Yeah, this is the exact support that the deck needed to keep it as the best deck. But thank you guys so much. I think that these cards are, some of them are phenomenal. Some of them need a little bit more work. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Of course, if you want to see more Master Duel or more Cali Effect streams, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so I can catch you